got Power Slap 2 tomorrow. I just want to know what is the most exciting thing that you think fans should really be paying attention to tomorrow?
Well, obviously, I mean, if you know anything about the storylines coming out of season one of the reality show and the finale, there's some fun fights on this card. So the new one that you have to obviously talk about is our introduction to the super heavyweight division, the Hawaiian Hitman and Slap for Cash, which has got a lot of attention. You're going to have almost 500 pounds versus almost 400 pounds. And these guys are so big and heavy that we're literally bringing in some of the world's strongest men who both weigh 400 pounds to catch them. So you're going to have over 1,600 pounds on the stage at the same time. We literally had to make sure that the stage could carry that much weight. And we also have a backup in case one of them fall on the actual podium and break it. So that's a great way to start the show. And then obviously, AJ Hints, I think that if there was a pound-for-pound rankings, he's probably pound-for-pound best slapper in the world. And then one of the greatest slappers of all time, Wolverine, trying to defend his title against the Bell, who is looked at as, the young, up-and-coming rising star.
You mentioned Slap for Cash. That's somebody I think I'm really interested in seeing. How did you find him, and how did you bring him on board and maybe, that whole situation?
Well, he's all over the internet. He's on social media. The guy's got over 1 million followers. And then the Hawaiian Hitman comes from a family of slappers. So it's a fun, interesting fight. They obviously have some history. Slap for Cash wants to fight the brother too. So there's no way in hell you see the promo for that fight and don't want to watch it. It's impossible.
And you guys have a coin toss, and I feel like that's a really important aspect of this that people aren't understanding because you have such a big advantage for going first. I'm wondering if you plan on maybe making that day where you guys figure out who's winning those coin tosses something a little bit bigger.
Well, we already have. I mean, when you look at statistically, 51 or 52% is which way it goes. At the last event, all the guys that lost the coin toss won the title. So while the coin toss is important because who wouldn't want to slap first, it's not everything.
What do you think is the biggest misconception that fans have about Power Slap?
I think that it reminds me exactly of the UFC when we bought this. I mean, the negativity that surrounded it, the hate that surrounded it, there's a lot of misconceptions, but I love this shit. This is what fuels me. This is what I love about starting these types of businesses that nobody else believes in, and turning it around. I love it.
You mentioned a super heavyweight. It's going to be the first time you guys are doing that for Slap. Any chance we see that in the UFC?
No, I don't think you'll ever see super heavyweight. It's fun in Slap, but I don't think we'll see it in the UFC.
And what about women? I know I asked you last time.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on women. If you have plans on bringing, has it been difficult to find women that want Slap?
No, it's not. But you just got much like the UFC. This thing's so early. I think we'll have some women that are so absolutely dominant. We have to give this thing a little bit of time, and especially once we do season 2 of the reality show and this thing, we literally bring in people from all over the world. I think you'll see a lot of changes after season 2.
And I think I asked you this as well last time. There's been a lot of fighters that have said that they want to try it, they want to do it, but we haven't seen any crossover yet. Do you plan on keeping it kind of separate for now, or do you?
Listen,
open to that?
anybody who's interested in it, we're interested in. I think there's actually real money involved in this sport now. So I think what you're going to see is you'll see some NFL beefs or, guys crossing over from other sports and possibly UFC too. Yes.
So you mentioned NFL. That's a great segue into my next question. Rumored Tom Brady is going to be part owner of the Raiders. I'm curious if you had any insight into that because I know you wanted him to come in quarterback.
Yeah, well, what I'm happy about is obviously, he's a good friend of mine. But the other thing is that he'll be in Vegas a lot more. But the guy's a winner. He knows how to win. And, having him be not just a part of the Raiders organization, but a part of Vegas now. Not just with the Raiders, but with the Aces, too. He owns a piece of the Aces. And I'm glad that Mark Davis and him got back together and cleaned up. Me and Tom were pretty mad, the first time around. So I'm glad that they patched that up. And I'm just pumped that he's going to be a part of the city.
The Super Bowl is going to be in Vegas coming up.
Yep.
I'm wondering if you're going to have any insight into helping them plan that.
No, I'm pretty sure. Isn't the NFL over here? Yeah, they're over here at the Apex. They have offices here, and the planning committee and whatever. I have a box at the stadium. As far as I know, that's as much as I'll be involved.
Would you want to be involved in something like that,
Oh,
or are you?
it would depend on what they ask me to do. I don't think the NFL or the Super Bowl need me for anything, but if they did, yeah, I would be honored.
What about Donn Davis's tweet today? I'm sure you've heard. He's compared the UFC and PFL to Netflix and
Right.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, no, I love it. Listen, I said at the press conference, I have no beef with those guys. These guys are and always have been professional. They've never fired any shots over this way. And likewise, I have nothing negative to say about them. I wish them all the luck in the world. And you know how I am. If I don't like you, you don't have to wonder whether I like you or not. I have no problem with the PFL, and I like it. I like that spirit. You know what I mean? That's how they should be thinking. That's how they should be acting. Yeah, no, I got no problem with it.
And it seems like Aljamain heard a little bit of what happened at the press conference. He wasn't happy. Seems like he feels like you don't give him enough credit. Can you respond to that as well?
I didn't give him enough credit?
That's what he said.
Well, first of all, I didn't hear what he said. Number one. Number two, I'm not the one that went out and said if my body holds up when I'm promoting a fight. If you're not healthy, don't take the fight. We'll have somebody else fight. We'll do somebody else for the interim title. You know what I mean? Don't say you're going to go out and fight and then start saying stuff like what's the first thing that happened? As soon as I was at the press conference, I was asked, is Aljamain Sterling really going to fight or not? Is that what you want the fans thinking? How is that me not giving him credit? I didn't say anything. That was a Saturday afternoon. I was home, working out, minding my own business, when my phone starts blowing up and Henry Cejudo is calling me, saying, I'll take the fight. I'm like, why? Is Aljo out? He's like, yeah, he's already making excuses saying that if his body holds up and all this stuff, just give me the fight. We'll fight for the interim, blah, 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 blah. Then I walk into the press conference, and one of the first questions that's asked me is Aljamain still fighting? How am I not giving him credit? Ridiculous.
And my last question for you. You have a grappling competition coming up. You've already announced Anthony Smith and Glover Teixeira. Are there any other fights you can tease us with?
Well, no, but we're really getting into the jiu-jitsu world and grappling. So we'll have some pretty big announcements coming out pretty soon.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.